When I started studying DBT, one of the things that was most fascinating to me was the whole notion of validation. As a parent, it really struck me as a very important skill for us to learn. As a trainer, I think it's important for all of the people that I train, and I think it's really important for the parents that I work with. So what the biosocial theory of pervasive emotion dysregulation teaches us is that a child can be born with a temperament or a biological sensitivity to emotion dysregulation. And that dysregulation transacts with an environment that is invalidating. The environment is not invalidating because parents want to make their children feel bad. They're invalidating because they don't understand the kind of emotions that their kids are feeling, and because they want to help them feel better. So if you think about it, how often do we say to somebody, don't worry? A kid comes home from school and they're really sad because something happened in school that made them sad. And our first response as parents, as mental health professionals, is to say, don't worry, you'll have a better day tomorrow. And we say that because we want to help them feel better. We want to fix it. We want them to get over it. The real issue here is that we need to be able to listen to kids. We need to be able to hear what they're actually saying to us. And we need to remember that the words that they're saying are not always what's going on. So your kid may wake up in the morning, or you may see a kid in your office who says, I don't feel well, my tummy hurts. And you look them over and they don't have a fever, and you say, no, your tummy doesn't really hurt, go on to school. And we make an assumption that they're talking about their tummy hurting because they don't want to go to school. We don't really know, and we really don't know. What we do know, though, is something is bothering that child. We don't know whether it's something physical, we don't know whether it's something emotional, we don't know really what it is. To dismiss it dismisses the child and dismisses the child's feelings. And so if we want to become preventive, if we want to really help kids feel confident in their feelings and be aware that what they're feeling is okay, what we want to say is, yes, I can see that something is bothering you. Yes, I can see that you're hurting about something. Yes, I can see that you had a bad day at school. Now, how can I help you to feel better? And that allows a kid to understand that what they feel is taken seriously by the people around them. And I think that that's probably the most important thing that we learn from DBT, and the most important thing that we learn from the biosocial theory, is that we need to learn to what a kid is saying underneath the words. So if a kid comes off the school bus and says, Mommy, I hate you, you make me do things that I don't like, and the mother says, I haven't even been around you all day, what is this about, what's going on? That's okay. Don't dismiss the fact that your child probably had a bad day in school. So you can say, wow, it looks like something's really bothering you. What can I help you with? Don't dismiss what the child is saying totally. And I think it's also really important that in becoming validating, that we make sure we are not making assumptions and judgments about what is going on. Too often we see kids as being manipulative, as being attention-seeking, as being oppositional, as saying things to us because we think they don't want to do what we're asking, or we think they don't want to do something that they don't want to do. When in fact, we really don't know what drives a lot of behaviors and a lot of what kids are doing. One of the things that I've become much more comfortable with since I became a DBT professional is saying, I don't know. And when parents say to me, my kid did this, and my daughter did this, and my son did this, and my adolescent did this, why are they doing that? I actually say, I don't know. Because I would rather be clear about not having an answer than making one up and making an assumption that may or may not be accurate in the future. It dismisses what is really going on for that particular child. So I think it's really important not to make assumptions, not to decide why something is happening, but to listen to what a child is saying, to listen intently. And sometimes validation is just that. Validation does not have to be words. It has to be sitting across from somebody, taking them seriously, looking them in the eye, and saying, I'm listening to you. And if you don't understand, then it's saying, I'm trying to understand, please explain it to me again. The importance of that for a child cannot be minimized. Alan Frazzetti has done a lot of research on validation. You can read about it all on the NEA BPD website. There's a lot of information about it. The bottom line on validation is it makes for healthier families. And that's true whether a child has emotion dysregulation or whether or not that child is just a regular child like all of us and does not have emotional sensitivity. Children need to be heard. They need to be taken seriously. They need to know that somebody out there cares about what they're saying and cares about what's really going on for them. So what I encourage people to do is ask questions. Listen intently. Listen not to the lyrics but to the music. What is going on? What is causing this person to say this? My daughter got off the school bus one day, and she was very different than she is usually. And she was complaining about me and complaining about things I do and complaining about everything. And I just looked at her and I said, you know what? Is something bothering you? Are you feeling really tired today? And she said yes. And that was it. It was just a way of understanding what was going on. When we invalidate kids, they do not learn to trust themselves, and they do not learn to trust the people around them. And so if you are a mental health professional, if you are a parent, if you are anyone who comes in contact, if you are a teacher, if you are a child welfare worker, if you are anyone who comes in contact with children, then my word is to say, listen. Listen without judgment, listen with an open mind, listen without making assumptions about why somebody is saying something, but try to understand that everybody has meaning in their words, in their feelings, underneath what's going on. And try to understand that and say to children, I hear you, I get it, I'm trying to understand, now how can I help you to feel better? What would make this situation better for you? Because we also can't assume that we know how to make things better for somebody else, okay? One of the stories that I tell a lot is the kid that comes home from school and says, I'm a loser, I have no friends. Most parents, most mental health professionals would say, that's not true, of course you have friends, of course you're not a loser. The reality is, and I'm not going to say to anybody, say, yes, you are a loser. What I am going to say to that child is, you must be feeling really awful today, because to feel like you're a loser just feels awful. Tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling, and how can I help you feel better? And that's the message I would like to send to you today. Thank you.